It was during a job interview Jo Holness learned her former employer was unwilling to vouch for her work history.
I just thought you might like to know that they're not giving you a reference. They just said they're not giving you one.
Holness says that awkward situation was made worse when she realized there was nothing she could do to fix it.
I called HR and I found out that they said that they had recently changed their policy. They just weren't giving out references to anyone now.
That's 3.5 years she spent working for someone who now won't acknowledge her existence. But hold up. If you employed someone for a period of time, aren't you legally obliged to give some information?
Absolutely none. You don't have to give a reference at all. You're entitled to say nothing.
Employment and labor lawyer Howard Levitt says hypersensitivity sometimes makes it impossible to get a detailed job reference.
Most employers these days, and I think it's silly, give name, rank, and serial number references. Joe worked for this date to this date, this is his position, and will say nothing more because they're afraid of being sued for libel.
But Levitt points out that being sued over a reference is actually quite hard.
To be sued for libel, they not only have to be wrong, they have to be malicious about it. They have to know they were wrong and falsely defame the employee, or be totally grossly negligent, which employers generally aren't.
But what can a potential hire do to sound legit if they have no references? Shirin Khamisa is the founder of Careers by Design and counsels individuals in their job search. She says without formal references, interview presentation is most crucial.
When you don't have backing and other people vouching for your skills, it becomes even more important to be able to speak very confidently about your strengths and how you can add value.
As an alternative, she recommends reaching out to those who worked with you directly.
I say to my clients, ask, ask, ask. So ask your manager, ask your manager's manager. And if that doesn't yield anything, ask coworkers. Because even if a company has a formal policy, there'll be people who care and who appreciate the work that you did and may be willing to provide you with a personal reference.
Holness used that strategy to get a reference for the job she was applying for.
I actually went to a man who had originally hired me for that position, and he had since left the company. And so he was in a different province, different business, different company. And I just asked him, and he said, "Oh, yeah, sure." But I was lucky. Maybe I wouldn't have found him, or maybe he could have said, no, it's been too long.
But maybe it's all for the good if companies stop supplying details of ex-employees. According to a Career Builders survey, 3 out of 5 employers actually gave employees poor references. For CBC Radio, I'm Rabina Ahmed Haq.